Hello, welcome back, Nick Lenz's Comic Corner, Classic/Non-Classic. This is episode 115, Double Shot of 55. And we got two trades. Captain from New 52. This is Evolution. This one's Genesis. Please excuse the cover thing covering up. It's just that, well, how should I put it? It's just, I get these in the library, that's why. The writing is by J.T. Kroll, and the artwork is by Freddie Williams II. Now, you can comment below exactly on what your feelings on this, on Freddie Williams' artwork is. Here's a sample of the artwork from the opening page. Yeah, that's Freddie Williams' artwork. It's nice looking artwork. It's simply... Now let's talk about this one first. This first one collects the first 6 issues of this 12-issue thing, and this is a reimagining of the version created by Cary Bates and the other guy. I don't remember his name. His name is Pat Broderick. This is a reimagining version of this classic character. This is the second version, not the one created back in the Charlton Comics era. This one, basically, he works for this facility called the Continuum, basically to study his powers that he got by accident. They give him the origin story. It's an okay origin story. Now, in the original origin story, they had General Wade Eiling, otherwise known as the General. You may recognize the name because he showed up in the Justice League Unlimited cartoon, and you also had him show up recently on the Flash TV show played by Clancy Brown, known for playing Lex Luthor. Now he does appear in this book, and if it's Cap 9, you gotta have Wade Eiling in the book. I think it's this one, isn't it? I think it is. Trying to find a good page what he looks like in here. Yeah, just found him. Here he is. That's General Eiling in the 52. I'm like, really? That's Wade Eiling? Let's see if I can get a better picture of him besides that one. Yeah, he's always so shadowed. And that's the only problem I have with this, is that Wade Eiling looks so gross and disgusting in this book. Yeah, if it's Cap 9, you gotta have Wade Eiling in here, but you're missing 2 characters. You're missing Major Disaster and Plastique. Now, simply his new origin story, which is explained in this book, simply put, he got the same power, pretty much the same way he got New 52, except that the amount of time he was gone was changed. Now, in the original version of the origin story, he was gone for 18 years, and he was also married and had 2 kids. During the time when he disappeared, General Eiling married his wife and raised his 2 kids as his own. This version, he has no family. He has no wife. He has no kids. And they changed it where he was, instead of gone for 18 years, he was gone for a month. I'm not kidding. He was gone for a month. And the book does try to establish this connection to New 52 by having the Flash show up in here. That's right, the Flash. And it's Barry Allen Flash. Not Wally West, not Jay Garrett, not Barry Allen, Wally West. Barry Allen. There's this guy called Dr. Manella. He's the head of the facility. Now, there is this woman who is his love interest throughout the entire series. If I can find a picture of her. She's in here someplace. Her name is Rentina, I think her name is. This is her right here. She shows up in the very first issue. Now, she practically appears in every single issue of this entire series. Now, she's probably replacement for Sue, the pretty New 52 versions of Cap 9. Now, he's got the same name. I'm glad they kept the same name. And the same experiment pretty much went exactly the same as pretty New 52, except the only changes they made is that they removed his family from the continuity, and Wade Eiling is not involved with the experiment. And the only change they made to it is that he was gone for a month instead of 18 years. That's the only change they made. But it's simply just the same origin story reimagined. When they reimagined Alan Scott's origin story in Earth 2, it's pretty much the same thing as his Golden Age origin story, except they made a few changes here and there. Yeah, but pretty much like the same exact thing. Now, overall, the whole story is like something wrong with Adam's powers. He faces up against several one-shot villains. I mean, you have to read both of these two books to get the complete story of the Captain Atom experience. Now, overall, these books do receive a 8.5 out of 10, simply because the artwork is good, though I don't like how Freddie Williams draws General Eiling. I'm not telling the complete story when it comes to this, simply because it's kind of hard to explain when it comes to this book. Now, the original version of Captain Atom, his first ongoing comic from the late 80s, early 90s, that lasted 52 issues. This one lasted for 12. But it's good the fact that it did, because it probably a little bit too much too. It probably wouldn't last too long. That's how originally DC canceled this book. It's only 12 issues. Now, I do have some slight problems with the series. One, the ending, where he just goes to the moon because he can't be with the woman he loves. Oh, and before this, he does copy himself, or he actually is without the Captain Atom powers, and he can actually be with the woman he loves, though she also tries to establish a relationship with one of her coworkers. Yeah. The series ends with him basically going to the moon because he can't be with her, which does cause some major continuity problems later on the line, especially with Jeff Johns and David Finch's Forever Evil, when, at the start of it, you have Ultraman moving the moon, and my major problem with that is that it was clearly established at the end of this book, Genesis, that Captain Atom is on the moon. And my thing is, where the heck is Captain Atom during this whole entire Forever Evil event? He could have easily tried to stop Ultraman. Now, maybe Jeff Johns had no idea what happened in this series. He probably has never been briefed on at all. Simply put this. And also, did he not notice that at all when he was on the moon? Or did he notice when, in February number 7, when Black Adam and Sinestro moved the moon again? Just to stop Ultraman? So are you saying that Captain Atom is hanging on the moon and he notices nothing? Really? Really, Jeff Johns? What you should have done is pay attention to this series. Instead, you decided to not involve with him. Oh, one other problem I have with this, besides the whole thing on the moon. Captain Atom has not made an appearance in New 52, with the exception of appearing in a couple features that one-shots. With the exception that he hasn't really appeared anyplace else since this ended. Yeah. As far as I know, he hasn't. I mean, with the exception of appearing in the Justice League Futures and one-shots, and Justice League United, which was a two-part story, this series is his only appearances he's made in the New 52. But, that's the only problems with this series ending, is that Captain Atom doesn't show up again, and the whole thing with the moon. Which clearly Jeff Johns should have been told exactly what happened at the end of this series as relates to Captain Atom. What, did you even want to involve Captain Atom in your Forever Evil event, so you decided to leave him out of it? And by the way, the final issue of this came out 2 years ago. 2 years. 1 year later, we got Forever Evil, and there's no mention of Captain Atom. Now, I made a suggestion that maybe Captain Atom could come off the moon and beat the crap out of Ultraman. Now, that would have been an interesting fight right there. Just like it was in the Justice League TV show when they had Captain Atom versus Superman. This happened like toward the end of, I believe it was season 2. They had this, I think it was the third to last episode of the season before the Batman epilogue, where they had Captain Atom and Superman fighting back and forth for about half the episode. That would have been nice in comic form, except for Captain Atom fighting Superman, Captain Atom fighting Ultraman instead. That would have been an interesting fight right there. But Give or take, that's basically what we got when it comes to that. But that's simply it. Stay tuned for my next video when I post it. Until then, my next episode when it comes to series will be episode 115. And it might be a double shot, triple shot, or a single shot. My show, my rules. Until then, see you there. Bye.